Well, employers might want to think twice before checking out someone's family tree. One of the first Genetic Information Act lawsuits has just been settled. Attorney Jim Higgins with the Higgins Firm recently stopped by to tell us what happened. Jim, great to have you back.
Thank you.
All right, so an unusual employment law case was recently settled that may impact a lot of people. So tell us about it. What happened here?
It is one of the first of its kind, and I won't even make you say it. It's the Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act.
Good job. Right? Tongue twister.
Thank you. This a few years ago, when things were coming around DNA testing and all that, there became a little bit of a scare in the government, and they passed this act to say that mainly employers and health insurance companies were the two main focuses, shouldn't be able to get into your genetic business. And so what that means is when you're applying for a job, they can't ask you, or do you have a history of health disease or heart disease in your family or mental illness or things like that, because it can be used to discriminate people based upon something they can't control, something that's in their genes.
Absolutely, yeah.
And this case was a case at a nursing home where they were asking those things. They were asking people their genetic health information. And so the EEOC brought this claim, and they resolved the claim, and they had to kind of, and I think what happened in this case is what might happen in a lot of cases is there are some companies, for whatever reason, they've had these questions in their little checklist of what to ask people for 50 years, and they just haven't updated them, and they really just need to pull those type of questions out.
Interesting. So do you anticipate seeing a lot of these cases, or have you?
Yeah,
already?
no. I really don't. It's so unusual. And what's interesting about this case, and there's been one more out there, is what brought it up is the person that brought the claim had been discriminated against because they were pregnant, which we all know that there are certain laws that we deal with on a daily basis in our employment law firm to protect people because of a pregnancy discrimination or gender discrimination. And while that person was discussing their claim, the EEOC discovered that, hey, wait, they're doing this too, and so they kind of threw that in there. I really doubt there's going to be a lot of people that will go and say, I want to file a lawsuit because they ask if my grandmother had carpal tunnel surgery.
Right.
That's not the things people usually get real upset about.
Yeah, a little more rare. But if someone watching does feel like maybe their employer is treating them illegally, when should they call you? What should they do?
Well, sure. What we are generally going to see is somebody being not getting their overtime like they should, somebody being discriminated against because of their age or their race or because they're a woman or a man. So if they feel that's happening to them, they should call us immediately. We can talk about whether they need a lawyer, where they don't, but we can let them know where they stand and how they can protect themselves.
Right, you help a lot of people all the time. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
The Higgins Firm is serving Tennessee. Give them a call at 615-353-0930 or check them out at higginsfirm.com.